you were like super duper duper young and you had no control over the music in your life. And what did it sound like? What was the tech like? What was the ambiance of soundscapes that surrounded a young Drect Williams?
That's actually a ill question. And I have a funny ass story about that. First I want to say I appreciate the intro. I've never been called a Rosetta Stone, but that's kind of dope. I might run with that for a little while. You know what I mean? Because I definitely can answer a lot of questions that y'all may have. Real quick, is it kind of dark in here?
It
Is my
is. I
room
was
dark?
about
A
to
little
try to
bit.
give you like a heads up.
Throw up the bat signal. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna hit it right
No,
now.
no,
Hold on.
no.
No
Go ahead.
worries,
Take your
man.
time. Take your time.
I will cut
That's
off.
a good one though. Rosetta Stone of battle rap. I'm calling him. I like when I just finished. At the beginning of the show when you do the intro and whatnot, and I'm logging on to all the profiles like on Facebook. I make sure to use my main profile that's logged into all these groups to share the video there. And I was sharing it as like we're interviewing direct the godfather of modern day
Mm,
battle rap. That's what I've been, you know what I mean? Which is how I look at it. So yeah.
yeah.
Either or Rosetta Stone or
Right.
Godfather of battle rap, buddy. You know what I mean? Take your pick.
This, this is better, right?
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
good.
lot
Much
better.
better.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, cool. All right, cool. So, yeah, man. I guess when I was a kid, like my dad was super heavy on old school like P Funk, like George Clinton, the OJ's. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? Anything like the super. It's like the things that the real rappers back then look at as corny raps. He used to love. He used to eat that shit up. You know what I'm saying? I knew all the words to Flacco. You gonna know this? Showdown. It was uh between the Sugar Hill Gang and the Furious Five.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
I used to
Jesus.
I used to know all the words to that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And
That's crazy.
then what's funny is I was a suburb kid. You know what I'm saying? So even though I had a lot of family in the city that I would visit often, like my earliest memories of music was like watching TRL. You know what I'm saying? And my brother who was living in the city at that time and living in New York, he would strategically leave like Wu Tang tapes and shit like that in the basement. So I discover them as I grew up. You know what I mean? So I went from watching the Spice Girls on TRL to listening to the greatest, really discovering like the purple tape in my basement.
Yo,
You know what I
that's
mean?
actually like a lit like that's a lit set. You had an older brother. I can
Mm-hmm.
empathize and relate. My older brother, um, he put me on to hip hop and just all the shit. Growing up in the Bronx, right? But like, it was even more of a gem when he was gone. He joined the Navy, right? When I was like about 8, and so like by the time I'm hitting like 13, like I'm getting to discover all his DC comic books that he left behind, and all
Right.
his old like tapes that he would have given at school from a friend, or just like a digital underground tape that he left. Their first one, I think it was, or it might have been Sex Packets, which was the popular shit with Humpty Dance. But either way,
Yeah.
like discovering shit like that when you have no idea, right? To go
Yeah.
from like young kid, to like starting to go through those phases and have those gems in your home that you can find thanks to your brother, that's a blessing, yo.
Yeah. That shit was a
yeah,
lifesaver
but
because
especially that
I
particular one.
remember like
Like that's cool. Like it could have been like lame stuff that was left for you, but you got purple tape. That's like a cool thing, all things considered.
yeah, hell yeah. And the crazy thing about it is that like sometimes I think back on it, I'm like, well, okay, like yo, Flacco, you remember how like BT wouldn't come up in certain areas? I lived in one of them areas where we was late to BET. You know what I'm
Or
saying? So if I didn't find it in the basement, I didn't know what it was. You know what I'm saying? Or if I didn't like randomly like you remember going to the record store and just like buying an album because the cover looked cool.
yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
know
If I didn't do that, it was over for me. You know
that
Mm-hmm.
what
was
I'm
how
saying?
I ended up discovering Cool Keith. The
Oh
covers just
shit!
look cool to me.
What was it the joint with the what was it the oncologist joint with the skeleton? On
Dr.
the,
Octagon, I think, or
yeah,
Dr.
yeah, Dr.
something.
Octagon with the skeleton
I
with the
forget.
stethoscope.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. Nah, I
Yeah.
love Cool Keith just because right, like I discovered it like that, right? Just discovering it because your artwork looks cool, your album cover looks cool, but and then to like this like delve into Cool Keith and how he would do these, like he's kind of like the godfather of Blueface, no? Like kind of the godfather
Oh,
of
yeah.
off kilter, off beat type of on beat rapping, right? And he's the godfather essentially of like the alias upon alias upon alias, and not allowing yourself to get strictly into one contract. Like he did a contract under Cool Keith, he'd do a contract as Dr. Octagon, he'd do a contract as Black Elvis, and it's just like he'd just be like, yeah, no, this is my new name. I'm Black Elvis. It's just like you're just getting another
Yeah.
check. I'm
That
not
shit was.
mad at you, baby.
I'm just glad I didn't just. It was like I spent another extra 2 years watching NSYNC and Backstreet Boys on TRL. It would have been over for me. You know what I'm saying? So I found a purple tape at the right time. I got to thank Raekwon one day. You know what I'm
Word.
That's
saying?
amazing.